That was a scream. Indeed, yes, just had a lovely shower. Magnificent. This is our model for today. No, it is not a Gucci shirt. It's a $10 Kmart shirt, my friend. No, that's a kombucha for tonight, my friend. Kombucha. I had one beer the other night. Just one beer. And I was exhausted. Alright. Okay, let's go. So I'm on holidays at the moment, friends, and that means that I have just been painting a lot. Pretty much non-stop for the last... since I've been home. Ghost Raven, g'day mate, how are you? Put it this way, I've been painting a lot. So with this figure, important that we remember the direction of the diorama and her placement in the diorama. She's actually quite far back. Sometimes I think I just go a little bit too fast, but sometimes you got to go fast. G'day TGP Mammoth Panzer 88. G'day mate. What's going on? Haha, well it has been ages. What were your thoughts, Diddy Lemon? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it was a worthwhile stream? Should we look to do it again? Any feedback? It didn't take a massive investment of my time, if I'm honest. I took my stuff down, my streaming stuff. I set up the stream, about 5 minutes of effort put into setting it up, and then I got on stream and started gibbering, and then I did the same for the judging stream. So yeah, minimal effort, really. Excellent. Well, hopefully I can provide some adequate background entertainment for you. So important with this one that we get the positioning right. So the diorama is quite big, and there is a lot of different areas of focus that are happening, and that's a challenge. So one of the things that's important that I do is make sure that we're directing focus first of all on the right area. And second of all, that we are directing focus on each model in the right way. So, for example, with this figure, she's got a very closed off face because she's facing sort of this direction from the frontal angle. So I want to make sure this view is the one that is the most interesting. This side, I'm going to focus a lot less on that. The diorama's behind my head, by the way. Haven't done a lot on it, just some colour tones to make sure I understand the atmosphere. I'll tell you what, every time I fucking start myself off on one of these projects, which has been like 4 or 5 times now, just bigger projects, not necessarily ones on this epic scale, but just like 4 or 5 figure dioramas. There's a few moments when I sit there and just look at it and go, like, what the actual fuck am I doing? Seriously? What am I doing? I've got fucking 12 models sitting up there, well 10 now, 9 including, if you don't include this chick, that need to be painted in this entire background thing. It's just going to take fucking forever. That's just the thing that goes through my head. What am I doing? Well, that moment usually passes, because the answer to that question is I'm doing cool shit that I always wished I could do. You know, when you're younger, you think about Little Toy Soldier, dioramas. You know, I used to read White Dwarfs. Used to just obsess over the Mike McVeigh dioramas. You know, I still vividly remember the first one I saw was a wood elves riding out to smash some skeletons, and I just thought it was the most awesome thing ever. Good luck, mate. Absolutely mad dog in peace. And then there was another article I remember from that era, which was a Horus vs. the Emperor diorama. Also mad dogging. Warhammer Quest diorama. Just crazy stuff. And so when I think about what do I want out of my hobby, I want to be able to make the stuff that made me go, whoa, that's awesome, back in my day. Because I can. Well, kind of can. Every project like this comes with its own challenges. This one, the challenge is actually being able to maintain a high standard for 12 figures before I get bored. We'll see. Not bored yet. Okay, plank. But. Just remember all of this side is basically covered by shield and tucked away at the back of the diorama, so this model was actually one of the ones I was least enthusiastic about painting, which is interesting because I feel like it's a model that sits in my wheelhouse a little bit, sort of. Nice skin tones, non-metallic metal. One of my mates asked me this similar question just yesterday, actually. And I think the answer is found in your question. I have tried to paint with my left hand. It was awful. You're thinking that Caucasian skin tones are neutral, and I think that, yeah, every skin tone has heaps of different colours in it. When you look at a human skin tone, there's always underlying colours from the blood vessels and all sorts of stuff. So go lighter would probably be my, go more colourful, not lighter, would probably be my advice. More pinks, more oranges, more yellows. Alright. Switch brush. Same level of skill with your non-dominant hand. I feel like there's absolutely no way in hell I could do that. Certainly not at this moment in my life. I'm not disbelieving that that is possible. The box art by Francesco Farabi on this is fucking awesome. Hello, Neshland. And just to bring you back to my reminder, this angle is less concerning to me. Because of the angle this trick sits on the diorama. At this juncture, I'm pretty confident I don't have COVID, but I do have a cough. So the colour palette for this piece is one I've been thinking about a little bit. Maverick, here is Ariman. He's not quite finished, but I wanted to get him to a sort of specific standard so that I could move on. And then I also did this one today. She's also not finished, but just trying to get as many of them. Well, it's early days of the project, so we just want to paint as much as we can. Thank you, mate. Speed comes with practice, friend. Yeah, definitely want to crank through some stuff before the inevitable wall happens. But with my experience from Camelot, what I learnt was when I hit a wall, my best option was to move on to something else related to the project and do that instead of just stopping to keep the momentum going. There's inevitably going to be a number of walls throughout the project. It's our job to find a way to continue. And by our, I definitely do mean yours. When stuff starts going badly, get in there and fire me up. Let's go, Deno. Okay, let's go. No. I've actually had a shocker this week. This was my first week of holidays, like first full week where I've been at home the whole time. And I said to myself, alright Deno, you need to go for a run every day. Get yourself back in the habit of running. And so on Monday, I was all ramped to go for a run, and then I thought, I might just keep painting. Yesterday was too hot, so I gave myself a pass for yesterday. Today I was like, yeah, here we go. It's gonna run. I'm gonna run. It's gonna be great. And it was about half an hour before I normally go for my run. Just starts absolutely fucking torrenting down. It's like, well, evidently it's not the week for running that I thought it was. So with zero, with 0 runs for this week so far. 0 out of 3. But there's always tomorrow. This has been a new method of approaching non-metallic metal, by the way, friends. So you're telling me that's as good as going for a run? Because if it is, fuck mate, I'm set for the rest of my life. It does depend on the piece and, more importantly, like the atmosphere that I'm trying to convey. Usually I won't go for a universal highlight colour, but I'll try and stay within a similar tonal range. So if I've got a cold piece, I'll use cold highlights. A warm piece, warm highlights. But yeah, some pieces I've used the same colour for everything, just create an interesting look. That's one of the early mistakes that I think many people make, is not thinking about that element of their piece. The environment. People go, oh cool, I'm painting blue, so I'll go and grab my blue colours that I use, stick with these blues, and I'll do their reds, and they'll be like, yep, stick with these red skin tones, yep, use these colours. And they don't think about how the light really impacts everything. Yeah, absolutely everything is impacted by the light of the environment we're in. It's naive to think that colours look exactly the same. So this particular model sits at the back of the diorama, right next to the portal in front of it, and so there'll be a lot of warm tones coming in from behind her, But I do want to reflect some cold light up from underneath because that's she's standing on the cold ground, so let's see if I can pull that off. Does it look like it's got fluoros on it behind my head right now? Because it should, because it does. Here you go. That's the portal for the moment. So this top piece here comes off. So I've got this piece separate. So yeah, I think what I'm going to try and do is finish this whole element off, and then that'll be it. I won't do anything else, and that'll be the end of the diorama. Hello there, Bucks. How much water do I use for my palette? I use a lot. A lot. You can probably see the water splashing there at the bottom. The reason I use a lot is because I live in Australia, and in a very hot part of Australia, and if I don't use a lot, it just disappears. It just like goes away, and then next minute I won't have any water in my palette. So I always overload that bad boy. I think we're going to do some early airbrushing on this piece because I just want to add some more tones into the armour. Come on, Mini Meth. Don't be like, there's a certain YouTuber. Just say who it is, mate. We don't want schoolyard shit. There's nothing wrong with that person's opinion. Whomever. Yeah, we'll do some airbrushing. G'day, Loopy. Well, generally my answer to that question is yes, but I'm on holidays, and so my answer to that question is an unreserved absolutely yes. Yep. I disagree with that, Minimef. I think we need to be able to have honest, transparent conversations about things in our life. Whether that's hobby things, such as this particular instance you're referring to here, or otherwise. Because if we can't, how do we get better? Maybe that person in question, whom you still haven't named, weak source, has very justified reasons for their approach, and maybe entering into a dialogue about why will create some more information for everyone. I just think we're too quick to not be honest. Now don't take that to mean that I think that means we can also be rude. There's a balance. I think that's where people go wrong. Can't control what other people do, son. You can only control what you do. So the only thing I'll say about that is you've got to consider how you provide that feedback. Because if you're going into a public forum and being like, this guy's opinion's wrong and you're a fucking idiot, even if it's not using that tone, that's generally how it'll come across. I'm not specifically singling you out here for a shellacking, so don't feel like I am, but I just, the judging stream's a fine example of why can't we have a fucking frank conversation about judging and be critical and analytical about people's works and not have that be something that's frowned upon. Like, we don't need to be telling everyone they're the best thing since sliced bread all the time. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's play with some more brush. Well, as you well know, or I certainly hope you well know by now, that is the approach I take with every feedback and every piece of conversation that I have. At the very least, I try to do that. There's no value in secret squirrel bullshit. There's no value in that for anyone. You're not sharing how you truly feel. And that person's not hearing how you truly feel. There's no value in that for anyone. G'day, bunny. Little bunny poo. Look, I'm not saying this to talk about how great Big Deno is, although often that is a motivation of mine. I'm just saying, let's be more open about how we talk. Let's take less offence and share more. Just find the intent of going, yeah, this person who I won't say does something, and it's not like they're a fucking criminal, right? There's certainly situations. Anyway, I'll stop piling on you, mate. You're a good human. Let us proceed with our day. Good for you, bunny. I think that will help you a lot. I think I've talked about the Big Deno golden rules for happy painting. One of them is to ask for lots of feedback. Don't worry, mate, you've already overtaken Ben. The job is to overtake Bucks and Big Deno and Dave. Setting your sights too small. Head like a butcher's apron, friends. I would eat the pie. So yeah, let's have a look at this guy. Yeah, exactly. Like a badly packed kebab. Yeah, cool. So this dude stands just beside this portal. Hello, Clarice. He just stands here. Hello. And so he's got this red glow from the back here. It's not meant to be like overwhelming. I may come back to it and tweak it some more. I wanted this angle here to be the predominant viewing angle because he's sort of standing like that alongside the portal. So let's have a little bit of a closer look. This is the first time I've ever done this sort of non-metallic metal. It's mostly done with the airbrush and then some refining, which you all saw. So yeah, I got him to, I'd probably say 70% done, just to get a sense of what they're going to look like, what he's going to look like, and see if I'm happy with the progress, which I am. So then today I did this chick with the same mindset of, let's see how it will go. So there's a cool shield. And the non-metallic metal on her feels like it's worse than on him. Which usually goes the opposite way. She's jumping into the big guy, so her angle is actually this from the front. So that's all you see from her. From the side, you'll see this. So we'll have some cold lights coming from this side, maybe just a little bit of cold. But yeah, there's not going to be as much from that position. It's mostly this as she's leaping down. So I just wanted to make sure this angle was strong, which I feel like it's pretty strong at the moment. And now we're doing this chicky babe. G'day Robbie's Hobbies. No problems, mate. It's my pleasure. And that's pretty much exactly how we've done it in previous years. There was nothing about that process or about those conversations that wasn't genuine, which I hope came across. But yeah, I was pleased with the standard. We had some good entries this year. I will say this: the number of entries was really good, 106, but that came from a smaller number of entrants than previous years. So we get 2 years worth of entries from some of the really best painters that we have. So we did have a pretty high standard. Oh, show. Well, our best number that we ever had was 152. So to do 106 in a pandemic-affected year, I was very pleased. There's so many shapes. Well, hopefully people do feel like they can speak a bad word about it, because I would hope that they could. Yeah, so what I've done with these three figures that I've done on this diorama so far is I've tried to do some airbrush, I guess, underlaying of the non-metallic metal values. Just to try and erect them. Really try and start with something as opposed to going straight and trying to do it all by brush. I don't know that I'm overly thrilled with it, the approach. I feel like I'm going back in and having to fix Swaggy Alberto, thank you for the follow, mate. Wilson! What's happening, mate? Good one, Wilson! G'day. Well, I'm back next week, mate, so hopefully you'll be able to say more than g'day. Nice one, Watson! Oh. I've been painting non-stop for like the last 3 days. Going crazy. Yeah, no, the break's going well, mate. I went to Canberra for a weekend. Had a really good time there. And then came back mid last week. Did an escape room with my girlfriend, which was awesome. And yeah, just spending this week like really genuinely having to relax. Trying to do a whole lot of nothing. You know, you get to the end of your holidays and you're more exhausted than when you started because you've tried to fill it up with activities. I try not to do that. Or if I am doing that, as I did last week, I then try to do a week of no activities. Yeah, this is the challenge, eh? Like, you're always just like, oh, I've got to make the most of my holidays, got to do all the stuff I wanted to do. And then you do it, and then you end your holidays and you're more cooked than when you started, and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? And by that stage, it's too late. Yep. Yeah. So I don't do that. Hey, can someone give me a review of The Matrix, the new one? I can buy it on my Amazon Prime thing for like $20 to watch it. And I would like to do that. But if it's just rubbish, there's no need to do that. I'll just wait for it until it joins one of those streaming networks at zero cost. Anyone have any strong feelings on it? Came out at a weird time. Okay. So, you don't spend the money. I don't know if I'd consider myself a huge Matrix fan, but I was definitely one of those people who watched him in my formative years. It was well, it was a movie that probably changed movie making. G'day, Jim. back in the day. G'day, Rhiannon. The Queen of Stonebeard. Queen of our hearts. Every now and then I go through periods where I feel like I've forgotten how to paint. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. I've just absolutely lost the fucking plot. I feel like this is one of those moments. I have no clue what's happening here. We'll pull it back. How was Colleen Wing? Alright mate, talk to you then. Enjoy your weekend. This is downright awful. I need to do something that makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. What was the breakthrough, mate? And more importantly, how was I involved? Yeah, that can sometimes help. Thank you, mate. I'm also my own airbrushing hero. Ugh. If only I was my brush painting hero as well. If you're wondering why this arm looks really bad, it's because I sculpted it. The model's actually got her hands clasped in front of her, or one of her hands in front of her, holding onto the shield. Which didn't fit in well with the action pose that I had for this diorama. It's a wise approach. Very wise indeed. I watched the first episode of season 2 of Eclipse last night with my girlfriend before I went to board games. At board games I played a game of Oath, which was excellent. The second season of Eclipse, I'm already very invested. It's giving me some very Firefly feels at the moment, which is great. And what's also great is that Firefly is getting a new season on Disney, which could be the best news of my life. And if that is news to you right now on this stream, that Firefly is returning, I hope that it has made your day as much as it made mine when I heard. I was thrilled. Thrilled, I tell you. I know nothing about the show, about the cast, about anything, but all I know is that we're getting more Firefly, however many years past the original. And for me, I don't think I could be happier. Yep. Me too. There's two possible outcomes, right? It's awful. Nothing about the original changes and it's still one of the greatest television shows ever made. Or it's really good and we all have more Firefly in our life. Which is also wonderful because it's the greatest television show ever made, as previously discussed. It's a win-win, friends. What we really need to try and find is a win-win-win situation. I haven't announced anything about the casting or anything like that, but every person on that show has said they would be super keen to come back. I know a couple of cast members and the director are a little bit out of favour in the public. G'day, N-Hawks. Bonjour. Bonjour. I have been to France. It's a beautiful place. Although I'd like to spend some more time there. Honestly, I don't feel like I spend enough. Well, there was obviously time that passed in between Serenity and the show, so maybe it will be a matter of filling in the gaps, but I don't reckon they can fill in the gaps. They put a spear through the wash, after all. Yeah, it would be one of those things that you almost think is too good to be true. The show coming back, original cast coming back. Yeah, I'll die if it happens. Not literally, but figuratively, I'll die. Yep. Indeed. Justified. I haven't watched it, but Every review I've ever read of it said it's awesome. And it also featured prominently in The Good Place in a very amusing way, which is a show I enjoy. Yeah, I rewatched it sort of mid last year, I reckon. And yeah, geez, I appreciated it a lot on the second watch through. I mean, I loved it the first time through, but yeah, there's not been many shows that have made me as emotional as that show has. Yeah. Just one of those shows that, you know, you walk away from and it makes you want to be a better person. That's how I felt about it anyway. Oh, Ted Lasso. What a wonderful show that is. So, you know, I was spruiking that show fucking far and wide last year, and I reckon I only got about 2 or 3 people to watch it, and every single one of them said, "That show was fucking awesome," and I said, "Yes, it really was." It really, really was. Ooh. Heaven knows I've tried. Okay, let's go. To break another TV. Was it my dad? Thanks, mate. You can see it behind my head. Could be Franco. Having a dip in a water fountain. You never know. Here's partial. I have to send him a message. Franco, how was the water in the fountain? G'day Cujo, what's going on, mate? Just realised I'm very zoomed in there, sorry friends. Zoom out a bit. What's been happening, Cujo? I don't think I've watched your latest video on painting tartan. I just normally go and get some tartan paint from the hardware store, so but yeah, I'm sure other people will be really interested in it. We used to have a trainee in one of my works back in the day, and we did actually ask him to go and get some elbow grease, and he did, and it was very funny. Yeah. Left-handed screwdriver, checkered paint, elbow grease. Very amusing. Very amusing for me, anyway. Yeah, I still don't have any elbow grease. Do you want me to try the other hardware store? No, mate, that'll be fine. We'll just have to make do. Actual conversation I had. Look, hazing newbies is a long tradition in many industries. A long-standing tradition, and I for one am all for it. from a team bonding perspective, it does actually bring people together when they do a bit of that stuff. Yeah, might be all that you get. Ah, yes, the old sharpest crayon, hey? It's not the sharpest crayon in the tool shed. Yeah. So I've actually been rewatching Angel it's on Disney, which is great. Being able to watch something on a streaming service instead of having to go and grab the DVDs out of my cabinet. I'm a big fan of that. And it's been a long while since I've watched Angel. I've watched Buffy a number of times. I feel like I can pick that up and watch that just about any time I like, but Angel's a bit darker. Indeed. I would love to see it, mate. Are you asking for feedback, or you just want to share it? Yeah, I'm pretty keen for the Batman. The Batman. The Batman. Good. Good on both counts, mate. I think in many ways it's probably the best time to get feedback is when you can't change anything. It could be a massive miss, but it could also be glorious. All of the talk of the town around Robert Pattinson is that he's an absolute jet in the Batman. So, let's see. What I said, Bunny, was that everything about Robert Pattinson's performance in The Batman is supposed to be just excellent. He's supposed to be fantastic. And I, for one, am excited to see it. Well, look, we don't know that he's excellent in the Batman yet. All we know is that he's in it. I know you think he's excellent. No, won't be going gold class. Too expensive for no real benefit. But you get some food brought to you, mate, fuck me, I can get that anywhere. Everywhere I go, people want to bring me food, mate. I'm a celebrity. Yeah, I don't know that I could say I'm bored of Batman. That would be a lie. I just watched season 3 of Titans, in which he figures, well, he's figured in all 3 seasons of Titans, but not prominently. But he's been pretty major part in the last 2 seasons, and he's awesome. That's a damn good show, actually, Titans. The more I reflect on it, the more I like the take. Alright. The Joker was awesome in Titans. I thought that Scarecrow was really good. Yeah. I like many things about this. I like the palette, although I would have probably liked to see the orc and the gold to just be a little bit more saturated. The whole piece is just tending slightly towards desaturated pastel. That's a personal preference of mine. I really like the colours to just be a lot more oomph. Could be bad photography, but my guess is not. I like all of the planes on the big troll, goblin, fucking orc thing's face down the bottom, but it is tending just a little bit towards not being one element. So when you have lots of little surfaces and planes on a skin, for example, all of those surfaces need to feel combined because it is one piece. And so what I'm sort of getting is a very angular, blocky feel, which is making it look more rock-like than skin. So sometimes it can be a matter of airbrushing to bring it all together, or just having little lines cross over, but it needs to feel like one piece, and that sort of feels like separate pieces. I like the reflections on the sword. Everything about the sword feels like it's a little amateurish. Like you've got really good technical ability, but I feel like the highlights and the placements on that are all wrong. That's an angle that makes it look like you've got checkers, the checkers board on his sword for no reason. And yeah, I think just more vibrancy on the green skin. The dude needs to be the main focus, like the guy who's done the slaying, and yet I'm sort of more drawn to the face. But having said all that, really cool figure. Initial perspective was it's really cool. So good job, you. What can I sing for you, ape? What can I sing for you, sir? Or madam, or other? I may need to get some water. Stand by while I get some water. Think about your song. Very good. Ultramat certainly does dull things down, but what you're dealing with is like one of the biggest challenges that you can face with miniature painting, which is having enough value contrast while not losing the vibrancy of your colour. And the short answer is use contrast paints. The longer answer is you need to be more aware of how value doesn't always mean going up to white. Go and have a look at some of the other artists who've done versions of that, and have a look at the highest value areas on their models. Very rarely will you see their highest value areas being white or light colours. More often than not, there'll be high value mid-tones. So, travelling in a far out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombie. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, "Do you come from a land down under, where women something and men plunder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover." Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said to the man, "Are you trying to tempt me? Because I come from the land of plenty." And he said, "Oh, do you come from a land down under, where women blow and men chunder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Yeah. Yeah, ice yellow is a fine example of a colour that has a very pastel, desaturated look to it. I'm going to do the shield. I'm bored of that. Is it a good thing though, or is it a bad thing, Nicky Jokes? Ooh. I thought we hated them anyway. We hate them, remember? Yeah, ice yellow is a really good colour because it brings... Ah, Joshy. Cool. Well, in that case, awesome. Missed that kid. Haven't seen him in forever. Yeah, ice yellow, it's kind of like a trap. It's really, really good colour. And I use it all the time. But usually what I'll do is I'll go up to ice yellow and then I'll glaze some mid-tone over the top. But yeah, my advice is, look, let's do it together. Let's do it right now. This needs to dry, so let's go and have a look at some pictures on putty and paint, shall we? What a fun exercise we're about to have. All right. Boom. Men at work. How good. Let's go back here. All right. Let's go artists, top artists. Let's go to a couple of my favourites. Mark Batcland, Anna Ladaro. Who's some other ones we can look at? Sergio Carlo Rubio. Oh, Trent Big Dano Dennison. Let's get amongst it. Alright, Mr. Matgland. So, this is a fantastic example here of a skin tone that looks extremely contrasted. Right, you've got a lot of light and shadow, and your initial instinct when you look at this skin tone is to go, wow, yeah, he's gone up so bright. But let's have a real close look at this. How do I zoom in again? Someone told me before, is it Control Z? No. I feel like there's a way to zoom in. Control plus? Yes. No, that hasn't worked. Well, shit. Anyway, didn't work, but so look at the highest value lights on his forehead in this spot right here, and you are seeing a colour that is probably at its highest value sunny skin tone. and Sunny skin tone's like a warm, yellowy skin tone. Okay, let's do that. Open image in new tab. No, I don't want to save the image. Open image in new tab. Alright. Look at that. Mark McLean. What a legend, by the way. It's sunny skin tone. It's like no part of that is white. And so what you're basically seeing here is the key to getting contrast is not going up to high value. It's actually how you use your shadows. So on the left hand side, the shadows go down into a dark purple. Underneath is jaw, that's probably dark purple, red, almost black. But the mid-tone is where you get your most value, right? So thank you, Mark Masclans, you amazing, wonderful man. Let's go have a look at some more of your wonderful pieces, you superstar. Let's look at this one. Oh, this is a fantastic example of the priest, actually. So just the richness of this skin tone, right? Open image in new tab. No, that's a bad effort, don't I? Need to get this. There we go. Yeah, so if we think about it on a value scale, right, we talk about highest lights and deepest shadows, but using pastel colors on areas of a model will sometimes create that desaturated look. Whereas you look at the skin tone on this, right, there's nothing about that that's desaturated. It's so warm and intense and vibrant. And again, your highest highlights, maybe a 7 on the value scale, maybe even a 6, but he's just got so much contrast from the other deeper shadows that aren't necessarily black, they're just desaturated reds, desaturated purples to bring you more impact onto the saturated warm highlights. This is an example of when you do use white, and it's not on the skin. So again, look at your absolute highest value skin tone. It's not ice yellow. Look at the fabric on the shirt. Doesn't go up to a white. The only area we've got white or even ice yellow is in these reflections in the metal. Probably the stencils on the head, which, by the way, fucking hell, masculines, can you calm down? And maybe these glass bottles that are supposed to be reflective. So it's a conscious thing that you have to be aware of, right? Creating value does not necessarily equate to going up to a light white colour. Now, this guy is a fantastic example of someone who breaks the rules sometimes, because he often does go up to white, but he does it in very, very small areas, and the majority of his values, let's go and have a look at this chick's face. You get a close up on her face? Oh, look at you. Oh, now, you saucy minx, you. Yeah, so he's got white, probably white, but it's only in very tiny spots, and that's reinforcing the reflectiveness as opposed to being your main highlight colour. The majority of the skin tone is this very rich pink red colour, and the white looks less out of place because his overall values don't go as low as Sergio's do. This is painting a female face, which is a different story again. I've never looked at this closely, but that's quite magnificent really, isn't it? The purples and stuff. The blue light underneath. It's glorious. Oh, the gem. Yeah. So thanks Arnia for ruining our lives. Sergio's another great example. So Sergio hasn't uploaded here much, evidently, because he fucking painted this about 6 years ago. Fuck, I'm catching you too, Sergio. I'm coming for you, son. He's probably used ice yellow to highlight those areas on the face, but he gets away with it because he's got a very textured face, and so it's broken up by really deep, rich shadows. Now, this sort of goes against what I was saying before, which is that you need everything to feel like a single element. If you look at these skin tone volumes underneath around the chest area, it feels much more consistent, like it's one element. This is intentional texture to try and create this super cool look. But even when you go back here, like if you look at this sort of angle and this angle, it still feels like one element, whereas yours felt not like one element. I don't think I've got any really good examples. Maybe this guy's pretty good actually. What about Diorama? Oh, I just love this guy. This guy's like, oh. Look, I'm not a good photographer, but you can see again how my highest value lights are not on the skin tone, they're sunny skin tone. On the gold bits, I think ice yellow is the highest highlight I go to on the gold bits, and maybe white or ice yellow on the steel. It's a good piece. Whoever did that did a fucking good job, really. How's my video going? Yeah, look at that. Great. Big deno. Turn it around, son. Turn it all the way around, you clown. Oh, those orange bits look good. Yes. Boom. Fuck yeah. Anyway, good work, team. Great job, that guy. This piece is ridiculous. Did he do a close-up? I think he might have done a close-up down here. Look at this. Look at this absolute fucking space cadet of a human being. So again, your highest value areas in your skin tone, sunny skin tone, doesn't go up any higher than that. This one may be in the very lightest points of light on the chest there. You might be at like an ice yellow, but that's the very singular area around that chest. In the face, which isn't as light, it's not as well lit as that chest bit, is sunny skin tone. Look at the way that he's combined the musculature on the arm with these highlights in here. It's just so common practice for us to paint shadows in recesses, but light doesn't often work that way. And this line here, can you see my cursor, by the way? I hope so. This line here is a great example of combining these elements together, which is really cool. That's good. Skulls, bones, even the metal, you know, you look at how high value that goes up to. It's creating contrast with value is not always about going all the way up to 10 and all the way down to 0 on your value scale. Sometimes it is. And usually what I would suggest if you're a new painter and you're learning about this shit is you should go up that much contrast, because you need to be able to see what good contrast looks like. But once you reach that point where everything looks pastel, that's when you need to start bringing it back and start thinking about intensity of colour and where and when to use those really high value lights. I mean, non-metallic metal, right, we talk about it all the time. How do you do it? Common conception says you go white. There's no white in that non-metallic metal there. It's a pink. And he actually did a video on YouTube just a couple of days ago showing what colours he used for a metal very similar to this. To get that look, it's about light placement. He has gone up to an ice yellow in those really high light areas here and here to draw your focus really to that spot right there. And then he's got a super intense saturated blue, which is also helping to draw focus. This is David Aroba. And this is Ana Lazaro. I love the Spanish guys. They're my heroes. Dimitri's an interesting guy. I don't know how much advice you can take from Dimitri because he works in oils and they have different rules that I don't really understand. Oh, Dimitri. Oh. Been painting all day, friends. It's been crazy. Alright, anyway. I think that's enough conversing about those sorts of things. I'm sure you all get it. I'm sure everyone's works from now on are going to be top class. So I'll say this, right? It's one thing to see that. It's another to understand it and implement it. Because I had a very similar conversation with a few friends not long ago. And I basically said exactly the same things and talked about value and talked about intensity of colour and all this sort of stuff. And in the end, we're still trying to find that balance between the two. It's very, very tricky. Battlephobe is raiding with a party of 26. Hello, mate. I haven't got shout-outs enabled at the moment, so we're going to do it old school. I'm just going to click on your name and copy-paste your thing. How was your stream, champion? Did you have a good stream? What did you do? Go follow that guy, friends. Ah, is that the computer game? They came out with a board game recently. I haven't played it, but we have it in our group. Ah, cool. Well, I appreciate you bringing all of your Bloodborne viewers over here to watch me painting a little shield. G'day, Kamakashi. I am indeed bloody Australian. G'day, mate. No, look, easy mistake to make. We sound nothing alike and we live 20,000 kilometres apart, but very similar. This is what I've been painting, friends. I did this one on Monday's stream, and I did this one today while I was at off stream, and then I did this one on stream today so far. But yes, I do indeed knock them out fast, you're right. Thank you for the follow, Kamkashi. Thank you, mate. It is a really common piece of feedback that you'll hear, more contrast, and it is invariably like a correct thing to say, because more contrast helps your piece read better, and it's basically like the golden rule. You could pretty much say that to just about anyone's work and be like, yep, you need more contrast, and you're probably on the money. But that comes with a caveat of that doesn't necessarily mean more value contrast, although particularly for newer painters it does. What it usually means is there needs to be saturation contrast, temperature contrast, value contrast, color contrast, etc. Yep. Cujo on the money, as always. Yep. The finish, texture between shiny and matte. And if you recall my hilarious Alfonso Giraldes story, where we had a chuckle that he said nobody uses matte varnish, no professional painter uses matte varnish, etc. Where that stems from is being in control of the contrast between a shiny colour, like an ink or a contrast paint or a satin finish, versus the more matte colours which we traditionally use. So all of it feeds in together. tangled every word you say. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like I have that contrast conversation every couple of months. G'day Nate's Miniatures, thanks for subscribing with Prime. I wonder what my most used contrast would be. Probably the literal contrast paint. Oh, love that shit. Seriously though, have I not watched The Expanse? Cujo, please. Wow, this is a wondrous moment, friends. This is the first time Cujo has shared a painted work on the stream. We're very privileged. One of the greats. Man, it's so good. I'm one episode into season 2, and I'm already like, this is the greatest show I've ever watched. I do feel that way a lot, though. How long did this take, Cooch? Oof, can't wait. I better not tell my girlfriend that though. She's like, I don't want to watch the action bits, I just want to get to the cool political intrigue and drama. I'm like, yeah, no, that's the majority of the show. It's all about political intrigue. Fuck, I've never watched it, I've got no idea. Could be fucking all space battles. Actually, it doesn't really matter because if she decides that she doesn't want to watch it anymore, that means I get to just start binging the fuck out of it and I can watch it over the course of about 3 days. It's awesome, mate. Yeah, there's no way I could paint something that small. You are, in the words of Hagrid, you're a wizard, Cujo. Did you enjoy Wheel of Time? I did. It's been weird following it. Like, I have a Wheel of Time dragon. You can't really see it. That's a dragon from the Wheel of Time on my chest. I got that when I was 18. Because it is the most, probably one of the most influential book series of my life. It certainly was at that time and still remains to this day. So you could say that I'm a pretty keen Wheel of Time fan. And I really liked the show. I thought the show was cool, like fun, and embodied the spirit of the books. And it's been a bit sad to see how much vitriol has come out from book fans who are just like, this is the worst thing ever. Robert Jordan to be rolling his grave. All that sort of stuff. I just don't think that is the case, personally. The book was better, but I can't think off the top of my head of a literary property that was turned into a visual format that was better than the books. Has anyone got one? I mean, you could make an argument that Game of Thrones is a overwhelmingly difficult book to read. And the first few seasons, so the first 5-6 seasons of the show were awesome. Well, Cujo, to give you a counter spoiler, which isn't really a spoiler, that wasn't the hard to kill evil dude. It wasn't well spelled out. In that episode. Moiraine said that wasn't the end. I believe it was just the beginning. Yep. I will say a little bit about it because I love it and I'd love to talk about it for a little bit. So if you don't want to know like some very general stuff about who that guy was, switch off now. I will give you the thumbs up when we're back on and I'm not talking about Wheel of Time, if you are interested in not knowing anything at all. So, in the show, they talked about it very briefly. There's some evil people called the the Forsaken, and the Forsaken were Aes Sedai from the Age of Legends who turned to the side of evil. This is all non-spoilery material at the moment. It all happened well in the past. In the books, you learn about the Forsaken in the very first chapter, because they're sort of like boogeymen that they use to scare children. They're like, oh yeah. So the Forsaken were actually bound. So this all happened. The dragon back in the Age of Legends led a force to tap open this what they thought was a new source of power that they could use, and it turned out it was actually the Dark One's prison. And they opened a hole into the Dark One's prison. They attempted to seal it back off, which they succeeded in doing, but the Dark One's backlash was that he tainted the male half of the source, which is why Rand, hey Jen, and those guys see black swirls. I don't want to spoil too much more, but yeah, the Forsaken were also trapped and bound in that imperfect prison, and that should give you an indication of potentially who one of those people may have been, and that is all. What's going on, Jan? Let me give you a quick rundown of the shit that I've painted, my friend. And going gangbusters since I came back to streaming 2 days ago. So we did this on Monday night's stream. Boo, 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 boo. Boo. And we did this yesterday. Today, sorry. Boo, boo, boo. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, mate. Yeah. So the first colour that I used was a high value colour. So that was ice yellow that I was using there. And what I was trying to do with that was diffuse some of the rough highlighting. It wasn't intended to kill it completely. But if you have a look, yeah, it's much softer blends. So that was the first stage. The next stage I've used has been contrast paints to add saturation, like we've been talking about. So I've done yellow and an orange. And now I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of magenta. Well, we're working on Jan the Man. Everyone that isn't already following Jan, I think you should. He's got like 9,000 followers or something, right? So everyone that's on here is probably already following Jan. But if you're not, go follow Jan. It's more accurate to say, my friend, that I do a similar style to Sergio, not the other way around. Oh, hello there, Jans. James Morehouse, what's going on, friend? Oh, look, mate, It's good, but I'm ready for some Spirit Island. If you're ready for a quick game, we can play a quick game on stream. Well, that's disgraceful. You should be ashamed of yourself. Very good. Ashamed of yourself. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we dance the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Oh, 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 a couple of dee-dee-dees. Cujo, do you want to see single player Spirit Island playing 4 spirits? I've talked myself into it, friends. I feel like playing Spirit Island, so if you want to go watch some painting streams, let's find someone for you to watch. CHK's on, Still the Rebels on. Yep, go check out CHK, Still the Rebel. Esmeralda's on, Crocodile, all friends are on. I'm about to play some Spirit Island. 4 players. Okay, let's go. Alright, I'm going to do this. Should still have my face. Should still have my sound. Should still have stream chat. And right now, you should also have Spirit Island. Let's go against Sweden level 6. We will go Ocean, this guy, this guy, this guy. Okay, let's go. I'll load up my little chat here so I can see what people are discussing. Because I don't have 2 monitors. Alright. If you haven't played Spirit Island, it's a game where you control spirits that are protecting an island from invaders. So, it's a very good game, very good game, but there is a lot of complexity to it. Yes. We'll take a major. Ooh. Wrapping Wings of Sunlight. I'll take Power Storm there because of the potential. And we will open with this. Yep, and we'll do this. So this is a pretty. I'm pretty familiar with all four of these spirits, so I know each of their strengths and weaknesses relatively well. So I'm pretty comfortable that I don't need to be too worried about Alright, so next turn we're ravaging here in the wetlands. This one's a problem. That one I should be fine on. This one I'll be fine on. I'm going to push this fella into the ocean. I'm going to drown this. Push this guy out of here. I'm going to bring these guys into here. And you can do that. Alright, so ravaging in the wetlands. So we've got a 5 here, and a 9 there, and a 9 there, and nothing else to be concerned about. Does it? Alright, I'll turn down the game sounds. The game sounds should be significantly less noisy now. Okay, so I will do this one. Hopefully we'll grab... Ooh. That's a good one. We're out here. Good, 1, 2, 3. So that solves this problem here of the 5, because I'm going to pull in the little guy and use Grasping Tide. This guy we're going to put a presence here, which doesn't really help that much, but it does protect the mountains next turn. And we need another major for you. And we want some growth is an easy option. We're going to go Power Storm, Elemental Aid. So I'll take care of this one while doing that. Let's actually do that. Oof. Pack of the Joint Hunt. Oof. That's a really good one. That's a really good one for him as well. And that's a good one all round. I think we'll take this one because it leans into the elements that he wants. I actually just needed this one and this one. Maybe in the mountains. So, I don't think we need to go too hard out here. Yep. Alright. So, the Gift of Proliferation on this guy to put our presence here. It's going to give him something we'll worry about later. We're going to use Elemental Aegis here, which protects this for 3, but then we're going to use Power Storm to protected again. The 6 leaves us a little bit short still, actually, which is unfortunate. There's no dudes there. Don't have to worry about that one. Ravage the wetlands. We don't have enough defense there, so we're going to suck that one up. You're dead. You don't do enough. You don't do enough. Just do 1. And we'll add that there. That's a significant build in the mountains. We're unhappy about that. Let's kill that. Friends into here. The ocean, have a swim. You can have a swim as well. You can have a swim. And our jungles have gotten out of control very, very quickly here. That's a nice card to get. We will value in doing that here. That'll stop him from building. Can't stop that one from building. That mountains is a problem actually. That's value there. Guardian Spirits, we shall gain Elemental Aegis back. I think we're going to take some pain this turn, but it will be worthwhile. Sacrifice. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we're going to take some pain this turn, but it should be worth it for next turn. I think we'll be pretty strong next turn, so suck you in. Suck you in. So we're getting 5 blight this turn. I need to stop that one. That one's the biggest problem. Elemental Aegis there. Where do we want to put you? Just there. Not enough. That's enough. Alright. Single land with the most invaders. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Here's the growling. That's a gamble. It's a significant gamble, but that was going to come out. I didn't, but I was hoping. Cool. So we've got one more jungle. Are we? Dead. Nothing. Nothing. We will stop that build. Alright, that's my situation. 6 out of 7 presents. That sucks. Alright, we will actually unrelenting growth here. 1, 2. And that's the value. You can kill. And where are you best placed? Let's kill this. Right. Feeling okay at this point. So where are we ravaging this turn? 11. That is a high value reclaim card. So that catches 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Yep. And power. No, we might go absorb essence elemental. So that's going to catch 4. Not enough for there. Not enough for there. All right. Put that one there. And yeah, I think we will do that. 1, 2. You need to reclaim. That's a good card to get. That's an excellent card to get. I think we'll actually go with 3 flames. Like a major. Unlock the gates of deepest power! Hello Applesauce, hello Wavy. I'm playing Spirit Island. It's one of my favourite games. I very much enjoy it. What element am I short there? I don't think I'm short any. Oh my god, I'm going to be able to unlock the gates of deepest power with this guy. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're in a little bit more trouble this time. So this is the highest value here because that prevents 2 builds next turn. This ravage is a problem, but we can do this to pull that in. That doesn't quite get us over the line. Let's suck another one of your essence, which gives us 2 of yours. That will give us one of those. We'll have a look at that. I don't think there's much of a better option than this. So that'll actually stop that from ravaging, which is good. Let's overdrive right here. Alright, so if we defend through there, we do this here, so that's going to stop that one, that one. It doesn't quite stop that one, but we can confounding mists. No, confounding mists here because we can stop that one with a thing, which means we're only taking 2 blight up there. Can't elusive ambushes anywhere with real value, and I can't move my Dahan around, so that's probably a wasted one. Yep. It's a shame. Alright. Oh. So this is a tricky one. Let's curse the tongues. Click on a land. Each beast destroys a little guy. Yeah, that's good. Skip and explore, that's rubbish. Okay, so we've hurt ourselves here. This one's fine. This one we're going to stop like that. This one it's doing 8. So we're going to stop that like that. This one's defending. Alright, not bad, not bad. No real bad targets. There. Smash that. Only got one green. We can kill a city with that. Where are we best placed to do that? And you can't ground anything, so 5 blights, and we're on for a big turn. If we can stop this, we're looking pretty good. So that one should be okay. I'm gonna do let's go confounding mists is slightly better because it lets us do our other one earlier. We can't do it anyway, it's fine. This guy, ravaging in the wetlands. Anywhere we need to stop. I don't like this one. None of those are really much chop. So we will play Gift of Proliferation, we will play that one, and we will play that one. Glorious. Thanks, Ghost Raven. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're talking about my magnificent skills at playing Spirit Island, I'm thrilled by your comment, because I am excellent at this game. So we want to reclaim and move that to there. See if we can stop. Yep. Alright, we're going to unlock the gates of deepest power this turn. Unlock the gates of deepest power! 1, 2, 3. Have we got it? What do we need? Unlock the gates of deepest power! Love this card. Alright, so this card is literally, you get a major power, and you can just straight up play it right now. Sweep into the sea. Yeah, glorious. We won't forget, and we'll play it for 2 energy. How good. Alright, what do we need to stop? So we're ravaging the wetlands, so let's drag it in. Kill you. Stops stops you doing that. Confounding mists and words of you, which stops that from ravaging, which is good. We don't have 2 yellow for that. Ooh, that's annoying. So let's undo that, because if we go this one, we still do the defend, and we can then use our other defend somewhere else. Where else? Value. Here's value. That stops those two from ravaging. They recommend using Lightning Swift Strike and Earth's something, the Earth one. They're good spirits, they work well together, and they're pretty fun. Overgrowing there. Fear there. Start absorbing some essence from someone else. Yes, I'm not on TikTok, nor am I on Grindr. Instagram and Twitter is where I mostly hang out. There's actually no value in that. I'm better off doing that because it actually stops that ravage. That one's going to be stopped by that chap. And that. No value in that yet. We can push it to hard. We can go over here, and then we can blow that up. Yeah. Yes, I am on Grindr. Why do I use Twitter? I love Twitter. Twitter's my favourite. Oh no, invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging. Ooh, that's rough. Jungle wetland with the most buildings. Let's go this way. Oh, we can remove the blight. Glorious. So I think we're still good there. Yeah. We're no good there. That's a shame. That's a shame. Actually, how much have you got? Let me do that. I got 1, 2. Yeah, just gonna kill that. That stopped. That stopped. It's fucking causes a nightmare. I've used Twitter for a long time. It's my favourite. I love Twitter. Alright, sands through the hourglass. Mountains. Look at this. Let's sweep it. In you come, friends. Have a swim. Have a swim. Fields choked with growth. What do we got? Sands. There's no real sands to speak of. Kill this city. This city in the wetlands. That and yeah, we're absolutely tearing this up. Sweden's in massive trouble here. So what do we want to do? I think we're going to unlock the gates again. We can get a speed up. Ooh, I like that card. So we will go 1, 2, 3. Has to be that one. Has to be that one. Yeah, my utility is that I've always used it and I like it. That is literally the only value I can add here. One, two, three, 4. Enjoy that. This one is when we start to ramp this guy up to the max. So, oof, we've got a challenging situation here. What are we reclaiming? Yep, okay, power card. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good night, Plank. Look, Wes, so I stopped following people on social media because it just started taking up a lot of my time. I was just getting really distracted by little arguments on the internet, and so it stopped being of value to me. So instead, now I follow the things that matter. I follow some newsworthy topics, things that I'm interested in following, and that's about it. We'll go this one quickly. Yeah, alright. So where are we ravaging? Here in the sands. Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Let's get some fear. Thanks, mate. How lovely. This one's range 3, so we go 1, 2. And that solves that problem very tastily. We need to stop our build, so we can do that. We can do that in a number of ways. Let's go here. Stops those two builds. Mountains, there's no mountains to be concerned about. Let's just, yeah, I probably should have gone regional actually, so let's fix that problem. Let's go here, and let's power storm. Let's go here again, and where are we taking 2 damage? That one there. Lucky I've got a solution. What can I sing for? I don't know that song. Antisocial by Anthrax. What the fuck is that song? Click a land to add. Cool. Defense 6 in all coastal lands. Ravage. Greatest hits. Oh, missed that one. Oh well. There. Alright. What can we drown? Drown a city. Let's drown you. So, yeah, still worth it to be able to get. Give me that corruption. Destroy one dude. Dead. Kill a town. I don't think there's too many towns. Oh yeah, we'll take it. We can get 4. All of those. Cool. 80s punk metal. You're killing me, Flick. I've never heard that in my life. Alright. Okay, let's go. No, I don't want that spot, actually. Let's go instead this spot. And that one. And we shall just play all of these. Where are we ravaging? The mountains. They're dead. Yeah, alright. This is going well. We'll take you. 1, 2, 3. We need water and sun. And that leaves us with this one. Awesome. Yep. You will be very useful indeed. All of your cards. Ooh. Let's remove some slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Reclaim cards. Where do we want to stop the ravage? Just there. Can we put anything out? No, we won't do that one. Just make 4 energy. Just go hard out on all of them. Finish. We're absolutely dominating here. Let's absorb one of your essence, friends. Hello. Do you need any elements? You need 1 orange. Actually, you need a red. Alright, so I think our best play is there. Our best play for that is there. We will use you to remove a blight, just to keep our blight situation healthy. We will use you to do a fast power. We will let you unlock the gates. Mental Calamity is awesome. Play for 2 energy. Storm you. Alright, so Tangled Woods. So we'll go here. And we'll go here. mages there. No ravagers. Good. So we can now look to clean house. So I like that play. Oh no, we're one short. We don't have 3 things. So in that case, we'll actually just do that. All of them stuff's a thing. Let's pent up calamity. Actually don't need that. Let's get traps into here as we can. 5, awesome. And we'll put these. Generate here. Where else do we want to use pent up calamity? Actually, let's absorb some essence. Absorb some more essence from you and give you the orange. That's much better. Oh, that's awesome. I bet you I could guess who it is. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Each player removes 1 town or explorer from a land with somethings. We're building in the mountains. Or... Alright, well... We'll kill those 2. We'll kill those 2. Wonderful. Each player adds that. Ravage in the mountains. Fight me, fight me. You've got nothing. You've got nothing. Build a light. Sweet. Yeah, I concur. I was saying to someone the other day that he's really like stepped it up. You can tell. Yeah, it's high value. Use of that, but we'll take it. Let's repair this blight. Let's repair some more blight. Let's drown a city. Do some unrelenting growth on my friend here. Boom. Not now. Boom. Gain major power. Sea monsters. Sea monsters! Oh my god, we're actually really close to doing the big cost fucking serpent slumbering all over the shop. What do we need for that? Oh, we need 2 more. Yeah, alright, well, we'll do that one. And that one. Let's kill all of you. Push you to there. Put another presence out. Guess what? You can put a presence out. Guess what? You can put a presence out. Serpent gets another thing. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. You get a major one. Man, I'm absolutely tearing this up. Where can I drown something? gonna get drowned. 2 damage. 1. Alright friends, well you're definitely seeing a masterclass of this game at the moment, so it is what it is. We won't go for another one of those major power things because it's already going wonderful. Yep. Put out another presence. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and let's, I guess, gain some power cards. Get you a major. Oh, this is game over. This is actually game over. You can stop the fight now. Stop the fight. It's all done. Hope you've enjoyed watching Deno absolutely obliterate this fucking game. Alright. Let's make sea monsters muy rapido. I love sea monsters. We're ravaging in the mountains and the wetlands. This can only go coastal or wetlands. Or mountains and jungles, sorry. So let's go here. Let's go here. We'll do that in a second. This guy's gonna ravage. Oh no, that's okay. Oh no, I can't. No, I can. I can. How do I do it? Oh, that's how. Yes. Vision of the breaking dawn. Boom. Boom. Hello, friends. Visit. You guys are going to ravage everyone around you, which is so much fun. I love it. You can defend this. Let's... Fuck it, let's do it. Let's remove it white. What do I want to... Yeah, no, look, let me basically summarise it with I am kicking the absolute shit out of this game. Alright, so where are we ravaging now? 7. Alright, well, let's do... Spur on with... No, undo that. Spur you on with work. Yes. Oh, it's all happening now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well fuck that up. Might as well defend that. 4. Let's go. House for myself. Let's go there. So the only one that's ravaging that's a problem is that one down there. So let's fucking switch this. I could actually end this game pretty much at any time, so let's try and quickly. Good. You can be proliferant. We will weave lies in the mind of the observers. You can just pay 4 energy and you can pay 1. Beasties. Beastie boys. Beasties. It's the Beastie Boys. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, well, let's remove you and you. Remove you. Let's remove you and you. And let's remove you. Skip the next build. Oh, vintage. Ravage away, ravage away. Oh, it's tremendous. That's how you beat Sweden number 6, friends. One damage to them. Just them. Shit, a brick. I haven't even done this guy yet. That should be... Oh, almost. Alright, well... yeah, so I've got 1 city and 1 thingy down there. I've got no Dahan I can easily get to it. I can't use... yeah, look, so I don't think I need to do anything special here. This guy just does it by himself, so I'll just power cards, so it's not hard. Oh, my card. You can just gain presents, and you can have this one, and you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can just go one of these. That's it. That's it. Finish playing cards. We'll put these bad boys down here. And then we will use Power Storm to let us remove these. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone's dead. Boom. 56, a score of 56. Did not get a blighted island. Managed to survive the blight the whole game. Yeah, good combo of dudes there. Look at that, good statistics. Gained 200 energy, pretty good. 177 powers used. Awesome. Alright, well friends, hope you enjoyed a little bit of Spirit Island. I know I did. Let's find someone we can raid. Hopefully there's still some people that are out and about. Oh, Miniden's on. CHK's gone. Yeah, let's go raid Miniden. Now let's raid Esmeralda actually. She came into my stream the other day. So that was nice of her. What a good human. Let's hopefully I can raid properly this time. It's looking much more promising. Okay, let's go. I'm back on Sunday morning, friends. Have a glorious week. I shall be going.